What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another Monty Python reaction for the first time in a while, and we're going back to another album I did not have back in the day, and have only gotten in the last year or so, or last couple years, and we're going to listen to a sketch, I assume, which is to say, I don't think there are songs on here. I think these are almost entirely sketches and bits. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but yes, the final ripoff has a few songs, and several of those I know from the Monty Python Sings album, both of which I had going back many years, back to my, at the very least, like pre-teen, teenage days. So yes, we're going to listen to Phone In from Matching Tie Handkerchief. I don't think I've ever heard this sketch, I don't recognize it by name, and it's not on the final ripoff, and I'm guessing it relates to some telethon or some talk show or other, radio broadcast in which the host or MC or DJ receives calls from people listening or watching, so that it is a phone-in show where, maybe it's an advice type of show, or maybe it's a, personal anecdotes to speak to a given situation. But I do wonder what Monty Python absurdist or comedic slant will be on that. So let's give it a listen. This is Monty Python and a skit, I assume, or sketch as they say, called Phone In, and it's from the Matching Tie and Handkerchief album.
Welcome to the Phone In. Today we have on our panel our resident psychiatrist, a psychiatrist who isn't resident but is staying with the other one because he can't bear to go home, and a psychiatrist who has lived with the first one but who, when the second one arrived, felt alienated and since has undergone a total personality change. Our subject tonight is farming, and our first caller is from Reading.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to Phone In. What's your question to the panel? Hello?
Hello?
Hello there, this is Phone In. What is your question?
Is Vic there?
Is Vic there? Is Vic there, Dr. Rogers?
Well, the problem here is a simple one. The caller wants to know if Vic is there. And in this case, Vic, as far as I can tell...
Can't you in here, Alan?
Yes, of course.
I agree with what Rogers was going to say. As far as we can tell, Vic isn't here. The only thing she can do is to keep calling, and if Vic comes in, we'll let her know.
Does that answer your question?
Hello?
Hello?
Vic?
Yeah?
Good evening, sir. Welcome to Phone In. What's your question?
It's Norman.
Hello, Norman. Welcome to the show. What's your question on farming?
Has he been round again?
Has he been round again? Professor Rogers.
Well, I...
Oh no,
Professor Dibbs?
but he's been phoning me up.
I think we've proved that Vic isn't here,
bloody kill it.
and therefore he couldn't have come round again. It's a fairly simple case of non-presence.
Thank you, Norman. I hope that answers your question.
I'll go round there and kill him. Is he down the pub?
I'm sorry, Norman. Only one question per caller. And now we move on to our next caller, please, on farming.
Hello, my name is Mummy Badger.
Get on with the question.
Yes, I farm over 4,000 acres, and I'd like to know the panel's attitude to the viability of cereal production in the EEC.
I'm sorry, we only want questions about farming. Next caller, please.
Hello?
Hello, it's Mr. Gannett from Dorchester, isn't it?
No, he's dead.
Oh, dear.
But he left me his question in his will.
Oh, dear. Well, how sad, but let's hear the question.
Unfortunately, one of the conditions of the will is that I myself should not reveal the question.
Oh, dear. Well, can someone else reveal it?
Yes, he left provision.
I'm sorry, we're running out of time.
Yes, he left provision in the will that his wife should be able to reveal the question in certain circumstances.
Is she there?
Yes.
Well, perhaps she could read the question on farming, please.
Well, she's here, but she's not very well.
Well, is she well enough to read the question?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Well, is there anyone there who can read the late Mr. Gannett's question?
Only if the executors of the will were to agree on a revocation of the clause by applying for a codicil.
Well, I'm afraid we must leave that question there.
It could be rushed through in about 2 months.
Well, I'm afraid, I'm sorry, that's all we've got time for.
Oh my god, I should have known not a single call or phone in would be any way or in any manner normal. So, okay, the first one, we have a lady and then I think Norman on the other end, and it's almost like they're having a conversation around the phone in, like she's saying, she wants to know if Vic is there, and then I think this other guy, Norman, is like, oh, is he calling again? Or is he there? Like, no, he's not here, but he's been calling me or something. And then, I'll kill him. Like, I'll kill him. Is he down the pub right now? So Yeah, and I like how the psychologists try to answer. Like one jumps in, well, clearly the question she wants answered is Vic, and then the other psychologist, played by Cleese, I believe, cuts him off. Like I think what he was gonna say is Vic here? So the only thing she can do is keep calling, and if Vic arrives, we'll let her know. So it's like this three-way conversation, which seems like completely irrelevant to the farming phone-in like panel. And then the second person seemingly had a question that was about farming a certain number of acres. It was a very like technical question, and they just immediately like, no, sorry, we only want questions about farming, which theoretically, or at least as I heard it, is what it was about. And then we get this call, which just becomes this multi-part, like, can we get the question? Well, see, the person who was going to ask it has died. Oh, how sad. But they left it in their will that it can be revealed under certain conditions. Okay, you know, can you read it? No, I'm not allowed to read it, but the wife can read it. Okay, is she there? Yes, she's here. Okay, can she read the question? I don't think so. She's quite ill. Like, okay, like, is there any way that we can get the question still? Well, the contract provides that if the executors of the will are, you know, willing to go ahead with this, then maybe it's like, okay, like, fine, but can we get like, is this possible? Like, well, we could speed it through in 2 months. Like, sorry, like, you know, the time is up. So I love the way it just gets more and more ridiculous, although, you know, maybe the first call is the most ridiculous of all. So, yeah, it's silly, it's insane, and I do love Eric Idle in certain sketches when the insanity is around him. Like, sometimes he's the crazy person, but I love sketches where he's the one who's semi-normal and he's, you know, trying to get information out of the person, and in this case multiple people, but unfortunately everyone outside of him in sketches like this are insane. So yeah, it fits very much within the comedic type that they often do, where there's one person who's more or less on task and normal, and then everyone else is insane or ignoring what they're supposed to be doing, or just babbling like a crazy person. So yes, I wonder what, you know, I assume most of these sketches that I'm not familiar with were originally either in a Flying Circus, or Monty Python's Flying Circus, I should say, the TV show, or I guess in some cases they might just be audio sketches only. So I suppose I'm curious about this one, and I'll back off my statement that it's probably from the Flying Circus. But either way, it's hilarious. It's Monty Python. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.